Hello, and welcome to another Rangaroo cast, me Rangaroo, and today we are doing a 1v1 on Point du Hook. And so, on the right hand side in blue, playing as Blue 4, we have Tigga as the 101st Airborne. And on the left hand side in red, playing as Red 4, we got Hauf Badler. We're just gonna call him Hauf. And he's playing as the Lehr division. So we're going to speed things up and get things going. By the time you're seeing this video, the balance patch should be out. So it shouldn't be a representation of the current gameplay. But I wanted to do this match anyway because it's rather cool. I mean, we got a Lehr deck versus 101st. A very phase C heavy deck versus a very heavy A phase deck. And I'd say Tigga playing a bit more meta at the moment with the 101st, but we're going to see how Mr. Hauf can do, because his A phase is pretty terrible compared to the 101st. He's really getting to use his Pumas and fire support vehicles correctly, because, well, heck, even now I think about it, he's using the SBW 341, which is all you really need against the 101st, because their Locust tank only has 3 frontal armor, so it can easily kill it. You just have to get a little bit closer, but on this map, that's not too hard. Most 101st Airborne guys don't even opt in to get bloody Locust. Instead, they're going to be getting a lot of 37mm guns just all over the bloody place, which is a good idea, fighting against Lehr. Because it's really going down to those 2-3-4/1s to do most of the damage here for Mr. Hauf. If anyone can actually say his name properly, I would give you a thumbs up. So he's moving just a few infantry. I mean, you can't really get too many. They are rather expensive too, because they are forced to be brought up with that $20 half track. But the Panzer Grenadiers are good infantry unit show, as they already start to engage a 37mm, getting a hit on the half track, and up top as well, the half track getting knocked out. It's going to be rather hard for Hauf to really move up. Yeah, he does have the +1 point advantage here, which is beneficial, but that's not his purpose right now. Even if he's losing at a +1 point advantage, that's not too bad. That's actually pretty good considering his economic and unit situation, until he gets to phase B, where he can start getting some of those heavier tanks. And once he gets heavier tanks, it's going to be rather hard for Tigga to really deal with it, because he doesn't get 76mm guns. He can get the Wolverine, which has at 76mm, but that's it. There's no actual static 76. And, you know, you just buy a King Tigga, there's nothing that can penetrate you. You know, it's a rather overkill unit. A Panther would probably be good enough against 101st. And Hauf is really just opting to stay back, not wanting to attack, because they kind of get him killed. And a very defensive A phase, even for Tigga, and he's losing by the +1 point advantage. I mean, he's thinking to be really just trying to hammer it down, moving up. He's not moving in the middle, of course, because quite a few vehicles and his infantry just get shredded. Down below, I guess he's worried about the same thing, because you have 2, 3, 4 and a Panzer Grenadier. Honestly, his best bet is maybe try to push through here, because you have all those tree lines that you can use for cover, and that's where you get the advantage of the infantry. And he's using a lot of AB rifles. Don't really see any engineers, because you need to get close range of the engineers to make him work, and this isn't exactly a close range infantry fighting map on most area. He is going to be opting in, using some smoke to block the Panzer Grenadiers, and I think he is going to be charging them. And it's going to be down to whether he can get into a build, and even then, we still have all this fire support back here that will make a mess. You've got the ABNGs, and at that range, you're going to be able to rickety wreck the Panzer Grenadiers. There they go. They can't survive against. Well, it's only the 250/8 for now. And we've got a bombing run there from a P-51D Mustang. Getting some decent hits, nothing too crazy though. And he's moving through some rifles up top. He's trying to get his top hand flanker under his control. And the 2-3-4 is just behind the tree line, so the 37mm cannot destroy it. He's moving up a second one to try flank round. And the 50 cal, oh yeah, there you go. Half track is forced to bail out, and the 50 cal is just going to be finishing it off. And yeah, good use of machine guns, definitely going to help him out a lot. Especially 50 cals, they are just so bloody good, especially the airborne ones. Because they do have that slight veterancy buff. Another bombing run, yeah, hitting the 234, forcing him to piss off. But still, only Tigger's only at a +1 point advantage now. And he still has a little bit to catch up to, 2 minutes worth of points. And we're only 3 minutes into B, or 2B phase. And that's going to give Hauf a bit more of an advantage. He's not going to have the economic advantage, of course, but the tanks are really going to help him out. Just the reinforcement of more infantry, because you don't get many Panzergrenadiers in A phase for Panzer Lehr. They just don't have that technology. And 37 mil, almost getting shot on a 234, but he is keeping it rather hidden. Very good positioning there. He knows what's up. And sending a Panzergrenadier to try to deal with the rifles up top. And he got a bit of an attack down below, so probably worked pretty well for Tigga, because all it is that Panzergren. He has got a /8 and a mortar here. And the mortar is going to start pounding away at the AT guns, which are definitely the priority threat. And it's exposing his 234 to the second AT gun. Only going to be shooting the machine gun, so there we go, driver knocked out. He's pretty much dead. And there you go, Tigger's doing the elite strat of turning off auto evac, and now he's using his Mustang to strafe at enemy ground targets. And the /8s are moving up. Pinned down a AT gun, which is very important. And now he should be able to clear up the rest of his attack with his support gun half track, you could say. The only thing I do love about the Germans in general is that they have so many different half tracks, so many different names and numbers. There's always something new to find out. I mean, you got this thing here, they slapped a bloody 75mm howitzer in it. I mean, they were pretty crafty of all the half tracks they had. I'm rather impressed. You know, the Americans did do the same thing. They had anti-tank gun half tracks, but by like 42, 43, they phased them out because they'd rather just use Wolverines instead of a rather flimsy vehicle. Speaking of flimsy vehicles, we've got an M22 Locust being brought down into the mid. A proper tank, but, well, not really a proper tank, has paper armor, so autocannon 234 can kill it. But we're going to be hitting phase B very shortly. That's when Tigger's really going to start losing some steam now. I mean, he does get better planes, of course, and the planes are going to be very important for him trying to knock out enemy tanks and whatnot. And phase B, we got a Puma right off the bat, which I'm guessing is a response to the M22, and it can easily kill the M22. Does have the veteran CAPE, all that good stuff, and recon optics. And the /8 moving up as Pathfinders chase down the PZ Grands. But Tigger's still gaining that +1 point advantage, only in the lead now by 130 odd points, which isn't exactly too much. 2, 3, 4. Good position, shooting the rifles without exposing himself to the Armada of 8. Well, only 2 AT guns, I should just say Duro, it's not a crazy amount. Oh, there we go. One P-51D down to a Focke-Wulf. We've got second one chasing. But you got to realise Mustangs are bloody fast, so the Focke-Wulf's going to have a hard time catching up. The Messerschmitt, is at a good angle. Can he get the killing shot? Yeah, it's coming diagonally. And that gives him a bit more leeway, if it's just going straight. So, damn. We got Hauf here getting air superiority as bloody Panzer Lehr. Now he's going to take an advantage of it and start doing some strafing runs. And he does have the highly vetted planes. I mean, a 2-star Focke-Wulf and a 1-star Messerschmitt. I mean, they're pretty damn good fighters. And honestly, when you are playing as like a tank deck, I'd always prefer getting a lot of fighter planes and just very few bombers, because having that air superiority is vital. Even though you have AA to ward off enemy planes, you still want a fighter so they can't come back for another bombing run. And they've got straight from one to the Messerschmitt, and as you can see, just a lowly little fighter can do quite a bit when there's nothing to shoot at you. And there goes 180 gun. If he can knock out the second, right, he's got a Bofors being brought up, it seems, so that's gonna rain air superiority down a little bit. Focke-Wulf and Messerschmitt gonna be retreating after shooting up a lot of ammunition. And Hauf still has a lot of time to catch up. Really, it's once against the C phase is where he becomes very scary. I mean, his B phase economy is pretty crap. Yeah, it's pretty crap. 95 points is low. That's third Tigga, same points at his current time. I know by the time you're watching this video, some of these units may have been changed around stats-wise. Especially for the 101st. I'm guessing in the past, yeah, in the future, they're gonna have a few nerfs. Maybe the AB engineers or rifles. Probably mainly the engineers, but it's a whole another discussion. But in the present, though, we got Panzer Grenadiers moving up on the AB rifles. Opel Blitz gonna come out and resupplies 234. And the Panzer Grenadiers still have 2 machine guns. The AB rifles also have a lot more semi-automatic fire, so it's a rather even fight. Yeah, the AB rifles do get more guys, which makes it a lot less uneven. But anyway, they're going to be forced to retreat. Panzer Grenadiers getting hit up by some mortars. And oh, we got a Messerschmitt chasing a P-51D Mustang. Bofors can't exactly cover all that much ground. We got a second Bofors, yo. That's going to be stunning up the first Messerschmitt, second Messerschmitt, yo. Going for the P-51... Oh, Focke-Wulf, my bad. Going for the P-51D Mustang, and he's just going to back out because the AA fire is too much. And I don't think that a Mustang can just catch up to the Focke-Wulf. As it is an insanely fast plane. And does manage to get the kill. Good job, yeah. And he still hasn't dropped his bombs, so he's going to do that, because why not? Where is he going to drop the bombs? Oh, nowhere. Saving them for a very special target. We got Sherman DD down below to try to rain control. You do have this Puma here, and the Puma does have a pretty good chance of killing the Sherman. It's a rather even fight, except for the veterancy that the Puma has. And mortars once again pounding away. Real good control here of Tigga on this town. He still needs to move up and take a bit more ground. I mean, he does have the +1, which is ever so important. But he needs to get a bit more of a lead to in phase C. Oh god, phase C is going to hit in 2 minutes 30 seconds, so that's not going to be good. And Hauf hasn't brought out a heavy tank yet. Which I'm not saying, you know, you have to buy King Tigga by phase B. But a lot of people like to just opt again like a Panther or just a Tigga to help you with your tank problems during the B phase till you can kick into gear. Oh, there we go. We got the Tigga. And a Tigga is all you really need against the 101st. Because the only thing that can reliably penetrate you at max range is, of course, Wolverines. And Wolverines are pretty easy to kill. You have to be very smart using your Wolverines if you want to make them effective. But they are cheap, so if you lose them, who cares? And the Tigga is moving up. And if he brings it down below, he can just rain control over his entire area. And that's exactly where it's going. He has a lot of support for infantry, recon, mortars, so he's not going in completely alone. I mean, last Tigga did that was Michael Rittman, and look what happened to him. Bombing run on the Panzer Grenadier Führer, a little bit anticlimactic. And here we go, phase C. This is where, there we go, not another Panther, but a second tank, which is it's a Panther. Anyway. Yeah, so he's got heavy tank up top, heavy tank down below. He's doing pretty good. And now it's going to be down for Tigga holding his ground. And can he actually do that? There we go, the Tigga just moving in. There's Sherman. I think he can get a bit closer. He's not going to have much of a chance. Now Tigga really needs to start thinking about buying some Wolverines or maybe some planes. We've got a P-51 Mustang. I believe he can get anti-tank Thunderbolts. I mean, you must be able to get anti-tank Thunderbolts as 101st. Tigga, there we go. One Sherman down, another trove to go, I guess. And he's just going to be slowly killing the AT gun, even though it cannot dent the Tigga. And it seems like we've got a bombing run here. Onto the infantry, yep. Some good hits, knocking out half of him. And just a bit of an air roar. We do lose a Fokker. Is that a Fokker? Yeah, that's a I don't know, it's a plane. But anyway, Hauf is forced to retreat, yeah. And all Mustang, is he going to get the kill? I mean, this fast plane. Oh, it does manage to get a ray, which is rather lucky because Mustangs are rather fast buggers. And for curiosity's sake, that is indeed a Fokker Wolf. Messerschmitt? That's a Messerschmitt because it has the underwing guns. Yeah, but I know planes. I know planes. I think I know planes. Anyway, B-26 Marauders, Joe. Dropping in a lot of bombs, carpet bombing the entire area. Gonna be stunning up the Panther. And here comes the Wolverine now. And Tigga still has that +1, so he just needs to hold his ground. He can't really afford to attack at this stage. It's gonna be rather costly. And we got a bloody Panzer IV off-map artillery, but it might as well just be a standard Panzer IV in this case. I mean, it's a really good unit. You only pay 40 points more, and it's still exactly the same as a PZ4. But it can also call in death and destruction from up above. Unlike other command tanks which opt out to remove the main cannon to fit in radios. But over a PZ4 you don't need to do that. It's a lot of room for radios. Bit of mortars, yeah, on the 50 cals. Got an AA gun, a good old Flak 88. And Hauf really needs to start moving up and attacking. His bottom area is going to be his best course of action as it's rather open. Still has a Tigga alive. Puma's route, which is getting buffed by the Tigga. He just needs some more infantry and frontal units to start moving up. You have a 57mm gun here, which could potentially kill the Puma if he wants to. I mean, he would probably lose it to a Tigga. But just killing that Puma would be a very good trade. 60 to 110 points. And the Flak 88 gives him some support in fire down the middle here. Same with the PZ4. It even has all 3 machine guns too. I mean, damn, that is an awesome little off-map artillery piece. Too bad he only can get them in packs of run, I believe. And there's the off-map on Tigga's town force. And if Hauf can get hold of his town in, he can start moving up. Because that's really the main obstacle in this middle bottom area. There you go, another bomb and run from P-47 Thunderbolt. And it does carry a lot of bombs, like over a ton worth of bombs. And damn, he kills the Panther! He kills the Panther! Good kill, good kill. Great use of air superiority. I was not expecting that. But if you bomb a tank enough, it will eventually die. So that was a damn good play from Mr. Tigga. We got Pioneers and Panzergrens almost ready to move up, but if they do expose themselves to the other side of the forest, you've got Bofors and mortars ready to pound a ray. The Pioneers are leading the shoot. And yeah, Tigga is really starting to break down below. He needs to move up the rest of his units. Gonna be stunning up the 57mm with his Puma. And here comes some half-tracks, some light vehicles, 2 AT guns down, and Bofors. Yeah, Bofors kill these light vehicles, but the light vehicles are probably going to kill the Bofors first, to be entirely honest. Oh, getting way too close. Bit too cocky, mate. They got anti-tank weaponry and bombers. And they're going to leave just as fast as they came. Only one of them is going to be able to leave alive. Well, I guess the other dude's alive. He's just kind of been captured, Joe. By the look of his tank, it's not in the best of nick. So real good attacks from Hauf. He's gaining that +1, but Tigga, if he just manages to hold on, will still take the victory. Yeah, it's going to be a rather close call. So Hauf needs to get just 3% more of the map so he can get that +2 point advantage. And he just needs to do that breakthrough. Another Panther coming up top. Panzer IV down below too. So all the tanks are being brought out now. Sherman and a Wolverine. And the Wolverine's I think going to have a good time in this middle area as there's no tanks to stop him. The Sherman on the other hand, here we go, the Tigga. Gonna be forcing, oh there we go, gets the kill before it can completely back array. And there we go, Hauf is now at the +2 point advantage. Mustang coming in for the bombing run on the Pios. And bada bing bada boom, down they go. And all it is this lone mortar in this tree line that is left alive. Pathfinder's getting hit up. And the glider rifle's completely pinned down. And Tigga doesn't really have many good ground units to help him through sea phase. He doesn't get any more AB rifles or engineers. He has to rely on glider rifles and rather light anti-tank weaponry. It's just down to the airplanes. The airplanes, which he's using quite abundantly, which is very good, is his saving grace here during the sea phase. And bombs out Panzer IV to hell and back here. He's still alive. I think another bombing run would probably kill it, yo. But the thing is, Hauf is at the +2, but looking at it, he's going to need to get a +3 if he actually wants to take the victory. And I don't think a +3 would be too out of reach, 65%. And he only needs another 4 more %, which will probably be just another good chunk of the map. I mean, down below it seems like he can definitely make, advantage. So it's going to be rather close here for Mr. Hauf. Or Hauf. Or however you pronounce your name. Why do you even have a username like that, man? Just right. I mean, I have trouble saying my own name. Hello, Nat. Mustang bombing a 234. And it's still doing a really good job holding on to top. Just constant air power. You do have some Focke-Wulfs coming in to try and knock out the Mustangs. And I'm betting you that Hauf's entire air tab is just fighters. It definitely looks like it's just fighters. We do got Mr. Panther Barkman, and he's going to be barking array. That's a terrible pun, I apologise, at the glider rifles. I don't know what exactly made him famous. I haven't actually read up anything about him, but I guess he blew up a lot of Shermans or something, or Cromwells or whatever. But there we go, +3 point advantage. This is where the Panzer Lehr really starts to just roll on through, as you can see. He has tanks everywhere, just bloody tanks everywhere for 1v1. He can buy a Panzer IV every minute, which is fantastic. A Panzer IV every minute, that is some good economy, right? Yeah, good damn economy. And it's got air power now as priority. And I don't think Tigga's going to be able to take us back. He just did not manage to really take advantage of the A phase. I mean, this map I would say is a bit more advantageous to the Panzer Lehr just because it's more open ground engagement where the early fire support and Panzer Grenadiers with dual machine guns can really take root. Where AB Engineers, the main super killer ultra A phase unit, can't exactly do too much. Yeah, I think Tigga still could have been a bit more offensive in his middle woodland area and try to make a push, yeah. Because he didn't attack all that much. But anyway, that is going to be a defeat for Tigga. Of course, Hauf getting a lot of kills because he pretty much wrote the map at the end of the match. And Tigga did upload this, so good job. I always appreciate when people upload replays that they lose. And yeah, just a damn good match between two rather interesting divisions. I always like seeing two polar opposite divisions just fight each other. And yeah, that's all I have to say. This has been another Rangroocast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as usual, please just take it easy.